One of President Muhammadu Buhari's 2015 presidential campaign promises was to curb terrorism. 3 years into his presidency, Yobe State suffered its second painful and humiliating blow since the 2014 Boko Haram kidnapping of Chibok girls. On Monday, February 19, 2018, Boko Haram invaded an all-girls government science secondary school in Dapchi, Yobe State. According to reports confirmed by the local authorities, over 100 girls were initially unaccounted for after the attacks. That is the only confirmed piece of information. The authorities, the military, and the girls' parents have provided conflicting numbers on how many girls returned from their hiding spots or how many of them were rescued, if any. At least 2 students were reported to lose their lives in the attack. The town of Dapchi is located about 300 km northwest of the ill-fated Chibok town. The boarding school in Dapchi caters for Yobe State girls aged 11 and above. According to witnesses, Boko Haram terrorists arrived in Dapchi between 5:30 and 7 p.m. on February 19. Some of the vehicles they were operating had machine guns mounted on top. The terrorists opened fire and started letting off explosives. Alerted by the gunshots and disorientated, the students and teachers of the school fled the premises, climbing over the fences to escape. Some of them hid in the bush and ran to the neighboring villages, while some headed towards their homes further away from Dapchi. A teacher says he and a number of his colleagues helped about 300 girls escape the school. One teacher's wife miscarried during the attack. Witnesses say they saw the terrorists hauling away some schoolgirls and forcing them into their vehicles. The terrorists were later chased away by the Nigerian security forces and the military. But local residents say Boko Haram had no trouble entering the town because a week prior to the attack, soldiers stationed in Dapchi had been moved elsewhere. This could prove the terrorists were carefully planning their invasion. The school has been closed to assess the situation. The students' parents and school authorities conducted a head count and said initially that out of 926 students, 815 were accounted for. The fate of the missing girls remains unknown. President Muhammadu Buhari, the military, and the federal government issued a statement assuring they are doing everything in their power for the missing girls to safely return to their families. Will the fate of the currently missing Dapchi girls be different under President Buhari?